Hey, I'm Jon Thelen, host of Lindy's Fish Ed. You know, I talk a lot about all the advancements in electronics that's changed my fishing, but let me tell you about one of them that is just off the charts for me. It has changed the way I fish every single day, whether I'm jigging for walleyes, pitching for bass, bobber fishing for walleyes, pan fishing, no matter what, spot lock has changed my entire life. I can fish so much more efficiently. In fact, we were out the other day filming a Fish Ed TV show, and doggone it, I got on a pile of fish, and we'd been picking off one here and there, and I finally just hit the brakes, hit spot lock on this pile of fish, and sat and caught them one after another. It was just crazy. But let me also tell you, crappie fishing last fall, same thing. You know, I'm sitting on a school of fish that's all suspended, but they're moving a little bit back and forth. They're moving left, they're moving right, forward, backward. And I was able to do the same thing, just hit spot lock on those fish. And this new reinvented spot lock from Minn Kota, it's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, you've never seen a system that holds your boat as precise as this. I mean, it is absolutely awesome. But let me tell you something, there is another feature in this that's overlooked that I think is just as important as that spot lock holding me as well as it does, and that is the jog feature. Now here's what the jog feature is, and I'm gonna actually show you right on the electronics here. What the jog feature does for me is allows me to put the boat into spot lock. But let's say I'm sitting there fishing, and I'm looking at that graph, and I'm seeing fish on my graph, and they're there, and I'm catching, and all of a sudden, they just move on. Well, I don't believe that they have moved a long ways, because here's the deal, I know I haven't moved. I'm sitting in the same spot I'm in because spot lock is that precise, but they probably haven't moved that far. Now, in the old days, what you'd have to do is take your trolling motor up, drive around, look for them again, drop an anchor, whatever it may be, but I don't gotta do that anymore. And I don't even gotta fire that big motor up to go look for these fish. I know if they're sitting on a certain break line that they probably just moved one way or another on the break line. Maybe they did just move up a little or down a little. All I have to do now is go to the jog feature in my spot lock on my Minn Kota unit, and it is simple as I can tell it, go left 5 feet, go right 10 feet, go forward 5 feet, go forward 10. I do this all in increments of 5 feet. Go backwards 5 feet. And this thing is so precise that what it actually does is I tell it what to do and it moves the boat to right there. Then I can move again and again and again. And I move in these small little increments, which allows me to stay on these fish, do it quietly. I never fire that big motor back up. I mean, if you gotta fire that big motor back up, you might scatter those fish again. But I don't gotta do that because I've got that quiet Minn Kota electric trolling motor down in the front. I'm running the Altera. I mean, this thing does everything for me, but with this jog feature, I'm able to keep up with fish every single day, no matter what the species. And I've got not only the best spot lock in the world, not only the most precise spot lock in the world, but now I have this jog feature, which allows me to move with the fish day in and day out. Let me tell you, you've gotta have this unit if you wanna fish better. It is that good. It's changed how I fish, and it will you too.